Hey Mike, so yeah, my name's Simon, and I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of what we spoke about this morning. So, just taking a look at a few different things on your website, a couple of your top competitors, and I want to show you some metrics of, some national sites to see what you're looking at. So I'm going to try and keep it under sort of 6-7 minutes, but see if you can follow along as we go, right? So this is your site here. Now the three main things that I concentrate on for my SEO strategies are content, number one. Number two, they're called backlinks. And number three, they're called citations. I'm going to explain them each as I go. But number one being content. To rank on the first page of Google, Google loves content, right? So any words, videos, images, anything like that, but particularly words. If you have information-rich content, Google kind of treats you like an expert and gives you that authority as you add more content to your site. So between 1,500 to 2,000 words on a home page is really good. You don't tend to see that on a lot of e-commerce stores, or online stores like this. So instead, we often run with a blog. And that way we're able to get in those keywords that you want to rank for over time as we keep adding more and more blogs. And also, as your website becomes more and more information rich, Google likes it even more and more. So if I compare you to the top competitors, just starting in Oceanside, they've got a little bit, and they've got some other, this is a good SEO strategy here, is having their Google Maps here. And I can tell these guys have used some kind of SEO. There you go, Rev Local, who are one of my competitors, but they leave a little to be desired. They don't exactly do custom plans. So so you can see if you wanted to beef your content up, you would see like these guys aren't running a blog or anything like that. So you would kind of automatically have authority over them. Now looking at these guys, again, pretty much the same. Not a lot of content. Super easy to gain more authority than these guys, right? So that's all I'm talking about is content, is just getting words on a page so that Google can crawl it, read it, see what you're offering, see who you are, what you are, and whether you're an expert. And the more it has, the more it trusts you. So that's a pretty main thing, right? So now what I did was just type in vape shop Oceanside, right? Now this is obviously more for local traffic and most likely foot traffic, people that are looking for a smoke shop like yours. They want to find something that's near to them. One of the most powerful tools that we have in a local business arsenal is this GMB here, which is now called a Google Business Profile. They're no longer called Google My Business. And these things convert at a ridiculously high rate when they're optimized. So I can see here you guys have got a pretty nice looking GMB. I assume this was from some of the work that you did whilst reading into SEO. So you've done a pretty good job there. And that's something that I would be putting focus on to start with to get you guys quick wins, boost your traffic coming through the store as you're trying to rank, your online store. So they kind of go hand in hand anyway if you want to. So then coming down through here, I've skipped Yelp. They're actually really easy to knock off the top positions. Google favors local business over these large lead generation companies, so not a concern. And of course, because these guys are below them, not too concerned about them either. So these are those two competitors I mentioned before. Now to beat them, once we have that content, we have more authority. But number two, we want to continue to build trust. And because Google treats every website or the internet in general like a popularity contest, it values what's called backlinks really high. And a backlink is, you probably know this, but just where one website links to another via a clickable link. So if I come into your website here and I put it into a tool I use called Ahrefs, and I've lost it. Let me try again. Actually, I might have lost them all. I had to restart my computer. That's okay. So you can see here right now, this is an estimate, by the way, but it's a pretty good estimate. It actually usually underreports, but they're estimating, this tool, Ahrefs or Ahrefs, is estimating that you're getting around 59 clicks per month to your website. So if you can bump that up to that 200, 300, 400 from the online side, you'll notice quite a large boost in traffic into your store. And you will get some online sales as well. Okay, so if we look at your backlinks here, now these backlinks, they're not all created equal. So you've got 93 coming from 37 other websites. I noticed that you don't have what's called a UR or a DR here, which means your website currently has no authority or trust, meaning that these links that are on your site are probably hurting you more than they're doing you good. I would need to go in and check them, but it's odd to have that many referring domains with no URDR. And you'll see that here if we go to your competition. So this is out of limits. Let me put this one in as well. So you can see they've got a 25 UR, and essentially that's the number that I have to beat by probably 10 or 15 points to make sure that they can't catch you ever again, right? But you can see they're 25 from only 32 referring domains. So what I do is I come into this, I can see every single one, and I go and get you these exact same links, plus, because he's already on top, right? This is my roadmap right here. So I use this as a roadmap. I get all of these links, and then I go and get a bunch more from other high authority sources that then, so you've got essentially the same, then more and better. That makes sense. So you can see there he's getting about 201 clicks per month. Now, as I mentioned, sometimes the guys that are in first place, this underreports sometimes by 10 times. So he could be up around 1,500 to 2,000 clicks per month. Now, I don't know what your average sort of net profit is, but if he was, closing sort of out of 1,500, if he was only closing 10% and getting 150 new clients per month or customers per month, depending on the average profit, that can really start to add up as you grow, right? So 150 new sales every month, and then again that continues to grow as we push further and further out in the online store, further and further out. So pretty easy beat these guys. And then if we look at your last competitor here, I do apologize, I had these set up, and 10 referring domains. Now it's telling me they're not getting much traffic. In fact, they're actually getting less than you. However, they do have some power here. So I would go ahead and get these URLs in here as well. These backlinks from these websites as well. Okay, and just looking at these, I know I can get them all. So this is the type of thing that if you were just going to concentrate on really small growth, I would be helping you with a list like this and saying go out and get it, go out and get some of these links and whatever, and from there you can start to build some authority. It takes a long time doing it that way because, as I said, we'll have to create a lot of content as well to really get you ranking in the online space. Now, with your website, there will definitely be some SEO work we have to do. I will be honest, I'm not a fan of Wix. It's more difficult to SEO optimize than say a WordPress site or whatnot. But I without having done a deep dive into this, I don't know exactly what needs to be done. But we concentrate mainly on the inner linking to make sure that your website is really well or really easily navigated by the user, along with adding a lot of relevant information to the user for the user to each product. I'm a user of certain substances in this field, and one thing I notice with a lot of these online stores is that they have no product descriptions. So I can, let's say I came across this volcano, say, and I really wanted to know the specs and the details. One thing, and you've probably done this, I haven't checked, but one thing, if you haven't, is you want to have some really good detailed information about the volcano. And that goes with each and every product. And this is something that you work on over time. So we would get a list together of the ones you want to go after most, sell the most of, because they're your largest profit, whatever that may be. And we really optimize those products, and then we slowly do the rest as you go. Otherwise, it's one huge task and a whole chunk of change up front. So we try not to do that to people, especially if you've got 800 products. Okay, so the last thing I mentioned, so we've talked about content being, for you, it's just going to be a lot of words. 2, backlinks, and number 3, is citations. Now, a citation is anywhere your website name, number, and address are mentioned on the web together. So it's a citation of your business, and basically that you can put those on any directories. Yelp is a great example. We would put your business on Yelp. We would put it on even things like Chamber of Commerce websites. There's literally thousands of business directories out there for every different industry. So we would find all the ones that are relevant to you and make sure that you're mentioned there. Essentially, all we're doing with this is creating a larger and larger and larger online presence by having your business mentioned more and more and more and more times on the web. To recap all of this, content is essentially going to make you relevant to certain keywords because you're going to add the keywords into that content. If that was Vape Shop Oceanside, you would just use that a bunch of times in a few hundred words. And then you're going to have backlinks, which starts to have other websites pointing at you like a popularity contest to essentially, they're considered endorsements by Google. And then we're trying to grow your online presence with those citations and directory listings. And they include things like Facebook, all your social media accounts and everything. We even go as far as putting out press releases if we need to. There's a lot of different strategies we can use. So I just wanted to give you this quick rundown of what we would be looking to do, at least the main parts, so that you have an idea and you can say, yep, this is exactly what I thought and what I want to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this, build a strategy for you over the weekend, come up with some prices, and then I'll talk to you next week. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm more than happy to help. As I said, I really do just enjoy educating. I like to work with people that I want to work with. And so, I don't like to keep anything from them. So I hope this helps, mate. And I will talk to you in the next few days. Have a good one.